Lead it now by 3 goals. As the ball's knocked down, Kangaroos. I never said it, Yoda's been held. Someone will open with the call. We'll go through this third term. I'll pass it. Archer Reid trying to rise. Trembar back there helping. Robertson with a high ball. Wrestle on. Duff Tyler and Comben. Supposed to be through to Comben after Bunker couldn't mark. And then it's Sheasel. Disposal 33. And the option is Darling. Jimmy with him step for step. Kept his feet in fact. And from the centre circle. Goes back inside 50.
It's one part of his game, isn't it? Ruben Jimby, great defender, got really good closing speed. Just lets himself down with his kicking.
Kangaroos again out of their defensive half.
Seems like they're out on their feet as well. Perhaps it's not much run.
Jimmy spoils away from Darling. Maker trying to shovel it back. Duggan. Top of the step through the tackle and it spills out.
You see when North get the ball, even at half-back, they're looking for options, either to take it to the open side or to keep building the ball up.
I feel like that's credit to West Coast in their defence, particularly after quarter time. Just forcing the Kangas to go slow and straight and long.
Sherry, Curtis, Stevens. High one in favour Darling.
Well, I imagine he's had a lot of shots from this particular side of the ground. It's ground in general. We'll know where to aim it as we hear the boost from the West Coast Eagles fans.
His first time back at Optus Stadium against the Eagles. Played against them in Bunbury last year. Jack Darling, a terrific career at the Eagles. 298 games, 532 goals. Second all time for Eagles games and goals. From inside 50, the crowd enjoyed it off the boot. But it found a target. There's a pass to Curtis.
Well, the crowd will enjoy that kick. They won't enjoy the uncontested mark from Curtis. Just fell asleep there, particularly the small defenders. Just assuming.
North, slice of luck. Ball landing in the lap of Curtis. He'll take full effect as they start to get some momentum back, to fight their way back after conceding a handy lead.
It's well done by Paul Curtis, just to stay alert and alive. It was a poor kick from Darling. You see him at the bottom of the screen. He's the only one that really reacts to it.
He's by himself, really.
And look at the amount of West Coast Eagles defenders and the mids that have worked back, just flat-footed. He's all by himself with a ring of 5 around him. Darling saying, that's the best pass I've ever done. Oh, McCall's all like that. Okay, I like that.
It's a tough watch to coaches. Martin back to 12. Perfect afternoon for footy. Big crowd in on a Sunday afternoon. Eagles fans finding some voice. North out of the middle. And free kick will come back to LDU. 26 disposal coming up. Plenty of clearances. Kick goes inside 50. Zerha was there. Knocked away. Jimby to Duggan. Willem Dersma goes backwards under pressure. Duggan. They're forced backwards again now. Baker. Kick wide, but it was only as far as Davies Uniac. So North starting to have some more territory in the last 5 minutes or so. Very congested 450. He sees a lead from Sheasel.
It's a good kick. Just put the defence to sleep. And so did Sheasel. He wasn't leading at all. He was just standing there waiting for the right time. And then the connection between he and Davies Uniac.
It's nearly the exact same spot Darling just had his shot from. I'm sure that the West Coast defenders are more alert than they were the previous occasion.
33 disposals. This is number 34. Still the time remaining in the third term. Sheasel's kick goes to the exact same spot as Darling's, and this time the Eagles get a fist on it. Doverston close to the line, out of play.
Sheasel has an amazing ability just to find the football consistently. Up to 34, as he mentioned, perhaps, which is about what he's averaged nearly his whole career.
He's still only 21 years of age, Harry Sheasel.
Playing game number 69 today.
Thrown in. Surely down. Zurha attracted a crowd. Yep, it's still going on.
Away free.
Umpire just throws it up to get it going as the wrestle continues off the play. Got a feeling going on out there. Graham. Waterman back in defence again. Just goes the spiral. Murdoch competing against the big pack. And he did well to halve it and bring it to grounds. Now, nothing forward though for West Coast. Only back is Toby Pink.
Definitely away 50.
Fortunate.
Combo. 10 coaches votes last week.
So it appears like Waterman's gone behind the football again towards the back end of this third quarter.
Involved here, Duggan goes up over the pack and spikes it to the boundary.
It's usually a kick you try to avoid when you've got a spare behind the ball. A neutralised situation, not a bad result.
So it's going to be Waterman in defence and Comben in defence for North Melbourne as the spares. So they have to work through an extra.
Away by Sherry. Important ball to be won by Parker. No had him collared. Robertson emerges. Out the front they block. Cripps paddling to his advantage. Simpkin gives chase. Lovely kick into the pocket. The mark completed by Shanahan. It's deft work by Cripps under some heavy pressure at full pace.
It was really the only option he had. We've spoken about the spares, so Charlie Condon was the deepest North Melbourne player, so it had to be a little tick lead back up. And then you can argue the distance.
Look at the tall forwards that the Eagles have. Archie Reid, Duff Tytler, Jobe Shanahan. He's playing just his 11th game of football. Another one with huge potential and making a name for himself with finishes like that.
Let's enjoy the execution of the drop punt from the boundary line. Fantastic kick. This is the Aliego tackle on Parker. Spice in this game. It's been a fantastic contest. And here's the Cripps kick. So as Geordie mentioned, couldn't go long because there was an extra. Doesn't feel like it went 15.
Right on the border.
Yeah, you reckon? 15.1.
Look at that finish, though. You mentioned it early on. He's got a beautiful technique. It looks uncomplicated.
Yep.
Well, they got some firepower up forward.
2 goals in the term for Jobe Shanahan. Just 19 years of age. Tall forward.
3 minutes, 3.5 minutes for North Melbourne.
6 goal to 2 term in favour of the Eagles. And Sullivan not really trying to get the footy out, so he's holding the ball. It was well played by Harley Reid just to allow him to show the footy to the umpire and show that he wasn't getting it out of there as that long kick in. Archer Reid off hands. Willem Dersma now to Flynn. You wouldn't have thought he'd be the person to give it to, but he was the right man for the right moment. Matt Flynn with something special, the big ruckman.
What are we seeing, Geordie?
I think he surprised himself.
This is the tackle from Harley Reid.
You just got to get that.
Yes, he did well. And you normally only handball the ruckman to get it back, so you get 2 disposals instead of 1. This is a hell of a finish. Matt Flynn, 202 centimetre side step.
I bet all the West Coast
I
teams
love it.
running for a handball receive, not thinking he's going to kick it. They go, no, I got this.
This is not the drill we practice in training. I love that tackle from Harley Reid. Let's go back to the centre square. The ability to force Sullivan to actually do something with it rather than just pin him under the footy and get another ball up.
Matt Flynn with a terrific goal. The Eagles led it by 24. Simkin over the top. Can the Roos get one late? Stevens into the pocket. Zerha was up in the pack. Jimmy punched it away.
You feel like they have to now, Paps. 24 points the margin. Getting out of hand. They haven't had any momentum or a period of time where they've controlled the game in the last 2 quarters.
Sherry trying to find Davies Uniac.
We just saw Shanahan at the bottom of the screen. So it's been Waterman that's been the spare defender. Shanahan's just gone back to fill that position at the moment.
Curtis trying to go through. Standy on the boot. Across the face. Out of bounds on the full.
After kicking 7 goals in that blistering first quarter, North Melbourne, just 4 since then.
Jimmy down the line. Archery. Davis. He just goes the talk down the line. He with the punch and a socket away. So last disposal, free kick will go to North Melbourne. Davis trying to get off the ground. It's cramping badly.
See that left calf.
Only a quarter and a bit to go.
It's a shocking feeling, Craig.
He's probably the Eagles' best runner at their club too. Feeling it, Trembath over the top.
Hasn't had much involvement today. Only the 4 disposals so far.
Long kick. Well ahead of Curtis. It was easy enough for Young to come across. It just finds the boundary.
So once again, they've done okay to neutralise that run, but they're dealing with a spare, so it's not necessarily the kick that you want. Going into a spare defender.
Freeman Sherry. Harley Reid, big tackle from Sherry. Certainly was right into the ribs. And Harley Reid felt every bit of it.
Probably only one after Harley Reid did a similar thing earlier in the game.
Lead back to his feet. Have a look at it. Oh, the free kick came back here. He'll release the pressure. Inside the last 2 minutes of this third term. There's been a dramatic swing in this contest. North Melbourne with 30 points up in the second term. Eagles
Hold on there. He doesn't need to run. He doesn't need to take it forward.
give you a couple of touches on the ground, which you don't see too often.
To take the time out of the clock.
Up the wing they go. Spills the Eagles way. Newton feeds forward to Yo. No one. So he just goes the barrel. Wants it to roll. Wants it to go. But it doesn't. It goes across the face. It was on target early.
It's actually a fantastic result. This is the Reid in a vulnerable position with his arms above his head. This is just the aftermath. Just can't help himself. He's just can't help himself. It's a good result for West Coast.
It is, yeah.
Deep in attack. Yo gets in the road of the ruckman for North Melbourne.
He just wasn't watching where they were coming from. I think Luke Parker may have assisted him in pushing him into the road of Tristan Sherry, but it's a free kick. Yeah.
Got to get out of that space. Sullivan around the back. And half back, fling in the air, offhand, Zerha, run into Kelly. Eagles get the turnover. Graham, strong enough to get it away to Robertson. Who goes across the face of goal. There's Stevens. An all-important mark late in this term. And try to release quickly. Don't have much up the ground though.
No one forward of the ball.
Wasn't a kick from Robertson. Had to go deep, attack the goal square.
Parker set it up on the head of Davies Uniac. And again, they give the Eagles a look at it late in this quarter. It's placed for Cripps. Harley Reid wants it in long. He's leading to the pocket, sent in that direction. Wants to sit. Coleman was good. Let it go over the shoulder. Yo can get it. Take it high. The coat hanger late.
Don't reverse it.
Crowder invested. Free kick and a kick after the siren you'd expect.
Well, it's just a kick from Luke Parker. experienced player.
They can't run around if the siren's going to go. The bench have told him, you've got to go back.
They did that really well, perhaps. You saw the players running up lateral, Elliot Yeo saying, time's out. That was the communication coming initially from the bench.
Just for 8 goals for the quarter.
Yeah, just must kick over it. Can you move your seat?
He just wanted to go more to his right.
Adjusting the security guard out of the way.
Yeah, so you can go to your right, then come back a little bit. But still must kick over the mark.
Pretty much from the tunnel. Eagles are loving having Elliot Yeo back out there. From the pocket, it's Yeo who's watching it go, and go, and go!
That's on two, Pats.
After the siren, Elliot Yeo and the sparks will fly. Reed is down, the goal is kicked, and the scrap is on. There's been some fire in this game. The Eagles lead it by 30. As the two teams come together.
Take your break, suggests the umpire.
Well, they know they've got the extra 90 seconds with the heat policy, so they're going to spin it fighting.
Every single day.
So Harley Reid is back to his feet. The crowd are riding every bump in this one. There was a tremendous kick from Elliot Yeo after the siren from such a tight angle. Jack Waterman's still getting in there.
Well, if you thought the crowd was loud before, they've gone to another level now.
Let's look at it. So that's the goal from Elliot Yeo, who just leaned back and admired it. And then Comben, as Reid came in to tell him about it, Reid was taken high, and that's what kicked things off. What a finish it was from Elliot Yeo. What a turnaround it has been in this game. Eagles fans on their feet. The side that only won one game last season, they head to the rooms for a breather. From 30 points down, they're 30 points up. And coming up after this game, and of course, the bounce team are back.
Oh, there you go, folks. I tell you what, Elliot Yeo copped a nice coat hanger there. Got the free kick on, kicked after the siren. Tell you what, he's on a cute angle on the wrong side for a right footer, but slotted it through the goals. And of course, Harley Reid came in to remonstrate with the guy on the mark. And the guy on the mark, well, he just put his hands up and put Harley Reid down. Well, Harley Reid, he's known to do that. So I'm sure he'll take that in his stride. And of course, then all the players came in for a little bit of a melee. But they're broken up now, gone down to take their break. Of course, they've got 90 seconds extra for their break due to the heat policy. But there we go. That's the West Coast Eagles looking pretty sharp over here at Optus Stadium. On a beautiful evening. 15-7-97 North Melbourne. I tell you what, they're kicking accurate. 11 goals, 167. It's the Eagles by 30 points going into the final term. What a turnaround, folks. What a turnaround, especially after that opening term where it looked like North Melbourne had the Eagles on the ropes and looked like it could go away with a big win. But after quarter time, something clicked in the Eagles. And it's been all the Eagles after quarter time. Putting on 8 goals, 1 in that third term with the West Coast Eagles. Fantastic effort. Of course, kicking straight, it can cause, tell you what, put your opposition under pressure. 2 goals to North Melbourne in that third term. 30-point margin over here, 3/4 time. Eagles are looking good. Tell you what, it's the best I've seen them play for a little while. They're putting North Melbourne under full pressure there, Paul. Al, Addy, Ryan in the live chat. There we go. Let's just have a look at the goal scorers. And, of course, leading the way out on the ground is Nick Larkey there for the Kangaroos, North Melbourne. He's kicked 4 straight goals from 5 kicks. You can't ask much more than that. Zerhar's got 2. And Paul Curtis has got 2 for North Melbourne. Of course, singles to Tom Powell, Finn O'Sullivan and Lockie Doveston. Of course, for the West Coast Eagles, got a couple of multiple goal scorers. Jamie Cripps, he's got 3 goals straight there for the West Coast Eagles. Elliot Yeo with 1 after the siren takes him up to 2 goals. Job Shannon has got 2. Archer Reed's got 2. William Dersman's got 2. Cooper Duff Tyler has got 2 goals also. Murdoch, Matt Flynn are the singles right there for the West Coast Eagles. If Eagles win, I get 7 out of 7 on Sportsbet. Chance to win $250. Hey, Eddie G, don't forget to share some of that $250. I'll tell you what, if West Coast don't win this game, they're not going to win a game all season. They look pretty good out there. They got everyone running hard. Looks like they've still got plenty of fight left in them. 30-point margin. Tell you what, I don't think North Melbourne can peg back 30 points. Maybe some other teams probably could, but certainly I don't think North Melbourne can do it. I think this game. I tell you what, this game, the fridge door is 3/4 of the way shut. But you just never know. You never know in footy. North Melbourne might come out kicking the first 3 goals in 5 minutes and then game back on. But 30 points of margin, pretty tough. Harry Schneasel, I should say, 34 touches. He's the ball magnet out on the ground. That's big stats. Up until 3/4 time, 18 kicks, 16 handballs, 2 marks, 3 tackles, 7 clearances. Holy Toledo, he's 7 clear of Davies Ukanaki. Is that how you say? On 27, the best for the West Coast. Harley Reid on 22 touches, 8 kicks, 14 handballs, 3 clearances, 4 tackles and a couple of behinds. There we go. David Robinson, 18. Jack Graham on 18. Tim Kelly on 17 there for the West Coast Eagles. Caleb Daniel, he's on 17 there for North Melbourne, going not too bad. Jai Simpkin on 16. Let me just roll them down just quickly. There we go. Liam Baker there for the Eagles. He's on 15 disposals. He's got a good bit of run about them for the Eagles. Elliot Yeo, 14 touches. 2 goals, as I said, 7 kicks, 7 handballs for him. But there we go. There are your stats. The commentators are back. We're going to head back down there in just a moment. There we go. That will just about do it. There we go. Nick Larkey there, as I said, 4 goals from just 5 kicks and 2 handballs. So he's having a pretty good game there for North Melbourne at the moment. All right, let's head back down to the commentators, folks. They'll take us into the final term where the West Coast Eagles are leading by 30 points. Let's go Eddie G. We're barracking for the Eagles, so Eddie G can get his 7 out of 7 multi-bet up. Let's head back to the action. We're not too far away.
What he's been doing to this point with the 27 disposals, 5 clearances. As good as Nick Larkey's been with the 4 goals, I think Cam Zurhar can be the one that could possibly change it, if at all. The Kangas to find a way to bridge back this margin.
I think it's been the ground ball game as well that's been dominated by West Coast. In quarters 2 and 3, you're right, those players on the screen there, more experienced players, they're leaders. I think in and around the stoppages, they need to become more aggressive. So Sherry, if you can, longer hits, get on the move, try and work out into space and limit your timing congestion. That was an unbelievable finish by Elliot Yeo.
Amazing.
To take all that momentum into 3/4 time.
Final quarter is underway. Sunday afternoon footy from the West as Kelly lays a tackle. It's the Eagles in North Melbourne.
So once again, with that extra minute or so, 3/4 time, West Coast went into the rooms. North Melbourne stayed out.
Worked for them in the second quarter. If they went in at quarter time, can the Kangaroos?
You just got to practice and mitigate it as
Get it deep inside your forward 50. We understand how easy that is to defend behind.
Gets the Blues after.
They've got to keep going.
Now they chip their way through. Curtis. High kick. Larky's got 2 to beat. Chinby crunched into his teammate in half. Allen knocked it down. Kelly over the top. Wants to knock it out. Doveston was good. O'Sullivan wrapped up. Baker, a terrific tackle.
But even that extra handball to LDU to then take the ball a little bit forward. So just decisions they're not getting right at the moment, North Melbourne, when they're having the chance to go forward.
Sherry. Ali Reid and Sheasel. Baker. In and under. Kelly. to the wing. Shanahan protected the drop of the footy. Waterman was a little casual and holding the ball to call. Reed's going to kick it away. Is that 50? Yes, it is.
Well, I think he was genuine in the fact that he didn't hear the whistle, but that's still not an excuse.
50. About 40 out there. Yeah. You take it all away, huh?
Then we see the free kick. Great tackle by Luke McDonald.
Luke.
That'll be aware of it now. Well, the 50 is coming.
About 35 out from a generous angle.
He needs to kick this. Only kicked 18 goals in his career. Spent the majority of his time at the other end of the ground. How to bridge this margin. 31 points as it currently stands.
Start the road back. Luke McDonald, the veteran, 220th game today. Only 18 goals for his career. Doesn't get much of a look at them. But he steps up and slots it. Huge goal to start the last for the Kangaroos. And they get around the veteran.
Good finish. Just gives him a glimmer of hope. He's enjoying it because he doesn't go down that end of the ground much. He'll enjoy it more if it creates a little bit of momentum. They find a way to get themselves right back into this game and make it a contest. What are your thoughts on that one, Geordie? Should have known?
No, I genuinely don't think he did. Because even Dylan Stevens didn't know who was applying the pressure. But it's a costly mistake, no doubt. I mean, this centre bounce for North Melbourne. Just trying to bank two goals in a row. Huge for the momentum.
Up to 25 points. Sherry, Davies-Uniacke, Sheasel combined to get the clearance. Baker involved in a lot. Zerha's handball missed a target. Willem Dursma protected it nicely and steps back through. Kelly, look out! Bang! Sherry claimed him with a big tackle. Baker's getting involved again. It's a hot footy to be won.
He's been awesome in the tackles today. Tristan Sherry up to number 8, that one. And they have been number 9, bone-crunching tackles.
Goes against Flynn here again. Harley Reid trying to shrug off Daniel, who did ever so well because he held one arm, clung on for dear life and won the free kick.
It's a great tackle. I'm not sure if he's got the distance from here. So high alert for the defenders of the West Coast Eagles.
He wants to find a target towards Zerha or Lucky. Out the back, the laser-like kick finds its target and North are responding.
It's a great kick and a great mark. Got to be more alert. That's the frustration. Just a little bit of detail the West Coast is missing. Saw that in the third quarter with the Curtis goal.
West Coast haven't won a game for a long time. North want to put some doubt in the mind as they try to reverse their fortunes. And Lucky, it's his first miss of the season. He kicked 8 straight before that one.
Probably none more important.
Duggan out of fullback, did not hit that well at all. Dursma got a hand on it. Pink, Parker, to the corridor. McKercher can kick them. He goes a high ball in towards Darling. Jimmy attacked it, spilt back. Kangaroos wait for a second and then Allen in.
So that's what they'll try and do. That Luke Parker kick. So the West Coast, you've got to be aware. As soon as they turn the ball over, they want to get into dangerous areas of the ground.
Kangaroos are going to go throw everything at them to start this quarter. Sherry's hit out. Davies-Uniacke just lost his footing and holding the ball. He went that early fin and then fell over. That was his prior. And the free kick goes the Eagles' way in the back line. Off. Flynn in the air, off hands, and out of play.
So an opportunity for West Coast just to identify the situation and how North Melbourne want to play in this last quarter. They have to take some risks. They have to bring the ball back through the middle of the ground and go with speed. So the challenge for Andrew Coltisman is can they adapt and just slightly change their defensive given the aggressive nature of the Kangas this quarter.
Sheasel, Sherry, McKercher, Powell, and Curtis. Floated its way past Kelly. Now Curtis can look up. North Melbourne are pressing. Larky's on the lead. It was perfectly placed for the forward, storming out of the goal square, and from a pretty similar spot, he gets another look at it.
Yeah. You can nearly bet he won't miss left, but this is a great kick across the body. Ruben Jimby had great positioning initially, but that kick is elite.
Larky. He's to the left. Really miss the North Melbourne spearhead. The skipper makes the adjustment. He stands up, and the Kangaroos are getting back into the contest.
Go back to that Curtis kick. Just emphasise how good it is. The left footers like to roll to their left side, but he hooks that across his body.
That's not an area
It's going to be all at 55, 60 metres, that kick.
That is not an area where the defender thinks it's going.
No. And that's why it's such a brilliant kick. Because Jimmy can't do anything about it.
It's pretty rare you get the opportunity to have a set shot at the position where you had one about a minute before.
5 goals for Nick Larky. 3-goal game.
They will put up pre-game the margins.
The last 8 games by 15 points or less. The last 5 by 10 points or less between these two teams. Are we destined for another thriller? Tapped down by Flynn. Yo will get the clearance. Just bangs it on the boot. Waterman out the back. Held position, but he held the jumper. Holding free kick.
So is that 50 metres?
It should be. If it was the same as the Reed one, the crowd might tear the joint down if it was paid. They're making some noise. The free kick comes back to North Melbourne, and they want to go. So the Kangaroos with some momentum. McKercher. Curtis becoming a factor. North transitioning a little easier. Simpkin drifts in. He's got a runner out on the outside. It's Powell from one end to the other. Long back in towards Larky. Jimby stood in the hole. And away from Flynn. Baker off the left boot was Scrappy. Little spin back. Lemires away. Davies Uniac.
He could have straightened up.
Had more time than he realised.
Had a lot more time. But this is North Melbourne at quarter one. The run and carry. McKercher getting involved. Off half back. Curtis getting involved now. This is where you force the opposition. Once you've got energy in your own game, quite often the opposition tend to slow down.
McCarthy long, Trembark in the air. Sherry has been everywhere. Back to Trembark. Now Davies Uniac. Dallaston. What's his range like? He's got a runner. McKercher certainly would be within range. Dallaston wants to go himself. Sends it to the square. Larky against goal. He beat them both.
What a mark.
A huge grab from Larky. They set the mark. The North skipper leading from the front with the most casual of finishes for his 6th.
What an incredible start to this last quarter. Just that 9th inside 50. They kicked 3 goals too. And Nick Larky has been the man. Just reading the flight of the football.
It's just initiating contact, isn't it?
Yeah, the two Eagles are both front side
Bang.
of Larky rather than splitting up one front and one behind.
Davison actually had a good hit on his shoulders. McKercher running past. He thought he was going to use him initially. He set a bounce. North Melbourne have been good in this area in Q4.
And North led it by 30 in the first quarter. West Coast led it by 30 at 3-quarter time. It's back to an 11-point ball game. There's Davies Uniac to Simpkin. Tackled by Kelly. Had it a long time and gone.
Yeah, too slow.
Didn't give the footy back initially. After having possession, I've seen those be paid 50 before as Kelly goes into the pocket. Punched by Common. Spills away to Robertson. Handballs backwards to Allen. Going a long way around. McCarthy trying to straighten them up as he sends it in towards the pocket. Waterman wrestling. McDonald was good. Cripps is there. Lost a handle.
Shoulder.
Archer Reed. And Jamie Cripps immediately grabbing at that shoulder.
Yeah, it was a tackle from Parker. We just see here the arm out, bang.
Force and the impact through that arm. He's still going to stay out there, Cripps, and try and get involved. He's trying to gather the footy here, playing through the pain. Got it to Robertson. Duff Tytler's there. Back in under the pack and another stoppage.
We're 12 minutes into this last quarter. West Coast Eagles haven't had a mark yet, so their inability just to control the game.
Cripps playing through the pain. Newton had it stolen off his boot. Common dunk kick out of defence. Only as far as Hoff. Steps around one. Straightens up. Wanted Waterman. Parker's back there.
He thought she's out of that. It was a brave leave. This is where they've been good. Possessing the ball out of their back half. Waiting for the runners to turn up.
Sheasel too much on the kick. The pressure in the last quarter. Doesn't miss too many. And McCarthy intercepts. Controlling the foot in this term, North Melbourne. And it's the Eagles' turn to try and find something. And they do! They manufacture it to Waterman. It's not how you would have drawn it up, no, but it was effective.
Doesn't matter how you draw it up. They've taken their second mark of the quarter, and it's in a fantastic position and in great hands. Alistair Clarkson doesn't quite see it that way. Just a scrappy kick. This is the matchup that I've enjoyed for the majority of the game. I feel like it's still got a lot to play out for the last 11 and a half minutes. Waterman versus McDonald.
Two behinds. 3 goals, 3 last week. Radar hasn't been working on the goal kicking for Jake Waterman. But he stands up when they need him most.
To stop a run of 3 goals from North Melbourne. The important time, you're right, Babs, it was very unconventional. On page 15, so Duggan was under pressure, a little hat kick forward. And Waterman just playing in front. Protected the drop of the ball from Luke McDonald. Gooding can get his hands on it. It's a great finish.
Jamie Cripps has just come to the bench, obviously getting that shoulder checked out. He was the incident.
Not nice. Maybe best case scenario is just the AC joint that you'll be able to work through. Still plenty of time, perhaps.
Margin back to 17. Duff Tyler in the ruck. Ryan with a big tackle. Simpkin got it out of there. O'Sullivan. Robertson. Duff Tyler. Off the side of the boot. Now will be there first. Turns away from Waterman. Long up the wing. Off hands. Zerhard down low. Caught with his own teammate for a second. And Sherry on the boot. And that'll work. Simpkin over the top. Douglaston running into some trouble. Daniel, clever. Perfect placement. The vision, exemplary. And he finds Zerhard as the Kangaroos look for the immediate response.
Well, they've moved into half forward, Caleb Daniel. Just to mix it up a little bit. Little kicks like that, they're cheeky. The Kangas doing everything they can to keep that ball alive. Every time they get tackled, just trying to get it out, keep it moving.
WA approaching 150 games. He misses the opportunity. How costly may that be? Can the finish? Margin 16 points. 10 minutes to play. Dusma! Rising! The number 1 pick, taking to the air. A terrific launch. He's kicked some goals and a great pack grab. Long up the line, but they've coughed it up to Sherry. Now North with a dangerous switch. Allen almost affecting it. Condon down. McKercher now trying to run away. Elusively, he's able to escape to Daniel.
There's no one further afield.
It goes back to Daniel. Still trying to find an option. Off the left boot, he wants Larky. Jimmy got a fist in. Young had a fumble. Zurha, the tackle slipped. Too low. Tackle was a trip. And I think it will come back to Young.
Yeah, even that Sherry kick across to centre half forward, he had O'Sullivan on in the middle. Just didn't see him.
Eagles will switch it up to Hoff.
And the one here to the Eagles.
And Baker working hard into space on the wing.
Yeah, worked extremely hard just to create that overlap.
Thursman up the line. 16 points, under 9 minutes. West Coast with just one win last year. Going to find a way to the line. Only 11 wins in the last 4 seasons. We're up by 16 as Harley Reid goes wide.
Melbourne plays interchange at the wrong time.
Davis. Back and across to McCarthy.
They're not in a rush.
Still a stack of time remaining. McCarthy will launch it as long as he can into the pocket. Good pack up. Thursman at the spill. Myers shuffled a handball wide. Harley Reid beelining the footy off the left boot, hooks it back to Waterman, and it's Bo Allen waiting to accept it, just wouldn't sit for him. Pink was there. Newton diving on top of it. Real scramble for the footy. And the ball just spills out, goes to Waterman, and he ices the goal. No, hits the post.
Just hit the base. The fans riding every kick.
Tell you what,
Took under 8 minutes to get there, Geordie.
North didn't need that ball to come out. They were lucky to get away with that.
The sun shining through as it sets in the west. Big finish coming up. The nervous energy is palpable on the locals as McCarthy takes a nice mark.
It's a poor decision. He should have just hit O'Sullivan, who was free at the top of the 50. You've got to have better ball users coming out of your back half. You can't get the ball back. The options are there. You've just got to see them.
McCarthy will launch long again. A little more central with his kick. Big pack up. Sherry helping out, but at the spill, it's Murdoch. Threw it up almost to Davis, quickly on the boot. And it hooks away into the behind post. Spot on bounce on the full.
Spot on, Geordie. That last one was Luke Parker, but it's across the board from the Kangas. The balance between maintaining possession, they're taking territory. Just on a different page at different times.
Luke McDonald. High kick. Pink and Jimby. Off hands, Robertson. Eagles keep it locked in their forward half. Yo in a good spot. Trembath a big spike. Archer Reid took it. Then was tackled. Just got it out. Sherry important. Parker goes in. O'Sullivan almost done. Graham worked hardest. Got it back to Allen. Throws it on the boot. Into the pocket. Tough one to mark, but Condon is there. And stepped off his line, so
Free on the win here if they can get it there.
they have to go. Darling's presented up. They have to go back centrally. Allen over the top of Sheasel. Robertson down low. Graham's involved. Robertson missed Dersma. Big ball to win. Power was good. Daniel in there, handle over the top. Graham losing his shorts and winning the Sharon. Robertson to the 50. Off the hands of Murdoch. Wants to find a target. Terrific smother away by Parker. And North Melbourne can launch a counter-attack. Sheasel to Doverston. Drops the footy at the crucial moment. Goes back to win it. Simpkin. They call for calm. His kick misses. Young gathers. Now they can steady. And Harley Reid's got it. And just wants to take a breath.
There's two Kangas sitting in defensive 50, so they can't go too fast.
Low. Under 6 minutes to go. Waterman's deepest in the square.
Sherry, Pink.
Lots of Kangaroos. He sizzles a kick in. Come with the spoil. And it spills away to the Sparky. Electrifying! Malone stands up in the last quarter. He wasn't on the list just a couple of weeks ago. He was on the tools. And now he's slotting a big goal as the Eagles seek a rare win.
There's a great spoil by Condon. I mean, the kick was a dart from Elliot Yeo. Jai Simpkin had already left it. Thought they'd won it. Murdoch stayed front and centre. 2 goals last week. You just see there the excitement that he can bring to this team.
Such a good story. Almost impossible to think that 2 weeks ago
Unbelievable.
wasn't even able to do this legally. And then here he is kicking on the last quarter.
23-point margin. Still over 5 minutes to go. The Kangaroos got one last roll of it in them as Simpkin sends it forward. Into the pocket. Duggan knocks it back. Curtis, Daniel to the top of the square. Punched by Young. Right towards the boundary line. Duggan will keep it in. Long to half-back. Over the head of Murdoch. Remaya's there. The 2 pre-season picks doing battle. Simpkin. Kangaroos can go forward. O'Sullivan with a high ball. Shanahan in defence. Goes back to help. He didn't waste any time either. It's a dangerous kick. A great score by Constanti. Powell back for Constanti. Can he step up and take the moment? You bet he can. Kangaroos still in it. 4.5 to play.
I love that from Jacob Castani. He took it upon himself. You see here, look at the work to get over there and provide the spoil in the first place. Baker was away. And then he had options on the inside, Del. He said, nah.
He had every right to
go free on the inside.
I reckon Andrew McColder's asking the question about Shanahan saying, why do we need to play on so fast across our defensive goal and even allow North Melbourne to have a look at the footy?
Yeah, it's inexperience, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a fantastic mark. Shanahan drifting across, he'll learn from that one.
3-goal game, 4.5 to play.
It's been a terrific game.
On the side so starved of success in recent seasons, desperate for a win. O'Sullivan, tumbling ball, spills through Zerha, dug in the spin move. The Eagles skip up, getting them out of trouble. Cripps doing so well to be out there after that shoulder injury. Flynn got a little mixed up. And now North can pounce. Trembar to Simpkin. Up the line to Curtis, through his fingertips. He's had a big last quarter. Zerha there, Curtis back onto it. The soccer skills to himself. Baker knows no other way. Beeline it. Trapped by McCarthy. And the composure to take his time to hit a target. Just the 15 according to the umpire.
Just the 15 perhaps.
Brave to come back inside too.
Baker's cramping.
Yeah, he's trying to make his way to the bench. Ball's in his area.
Almost coming to him. Davis has got it. West Coast will be in no rush.
There's Tim Kelly cramping and limping to the bench early now, Baker, so I feel the inclusion's feeling it now.
Long ball, then a hot day, tough contest, and over the line they go.
So 17 points the margin, 3.5 to play. This is... no, it's not cramp, he's
Ankle.
left ankle.
Leg. Oh, that's nasty. That's very nasty. I hope it's just the ankle in that sort of situation. Could be a lot worse. As Yo swivel on the hips, Kelly. He thought he was held. Daniel Remias. Now Parker. What can North Melbourne construct? Larky will be the target. He's got 2 to beat. Shanahan back there, helping again. And this time he's good with the kick.
Once again, they had numbers to run and carry. It's just a poor kick.
So they either run and carry, or they equalise forward the football, as the Eagles have put one behind, one extra. So the Eagles will try and slow this down for the last 2.5 minutes, play the boundary line, get heaps of numbers to the contest.
The line then has it punched away by Sherry. Time a real factor now for North Melbourne.
So I think it's Waterman once again that's gone behind the football, as we've seen at different stages late in quarters, but they are going to equalise. So I like that play.
308 days, the Eagles' last win. It's lost their last 14 in a row. It's the second longest losing streak in the club's history. They're on the cusp. And Sheezer will keep fighting. Long ball, Darling out the back. Whistle. Important. Darling's kicked the ball through for a goal. It's going to come back as a free kick to West Coast.
It's a push in the back, removing Gimbal. I love what North did at the stoppage though. Freed up the back space and then the connection between Sherry.
So there's that domino effect with the push of Young into the contest. We've seen happen. Now it's Jimmy who's cramping. Frustrations of the Kangaroo skipper. Young's kick to McCarthy. That ball in his hands a lot in this last quarter.
This just needs to be sent long down the line.
Waterman for Harley Reid. 2 minutes to go. The crowd riding every kick, every possession. And the Eagles' chance starts. A sound not heard often in recent times.
In the hands of the kickers.
Seems to come back through the middle. Shortest way home.
Through the middle, Darling. Off hands, Harley Reid. Dersma has kicked a couple. Off. Jindy. Now Duggan. Up for Flynn now low on the half volley. Couldn't hang on. O'Sullivan. Mink. Just over a minute to go now. Time very tough for the Kangaroos. He was consented as that kick goes long and forward. And a boundary flowing result.
It's good results. This week, look for the half forwards. Curtis will be staying around the stoppage. Might try and put Dersman to sleep. Hands on hips. Should be on the move. LDU, Simpkin, Harry Sheezel. Connection with Sherry.
Duggan. Suck it out there by Flynn. It'll spill to Harley Reid. Off a step, drag down, he'll get the free. I know it now.
Yeah. I'll be able to enjoy about 56 seconds perhaps. It may not be 15 metres.
Graham has to go. Force him to work around. And push in the back, so that'll bring it back again.
They still haven't got a lot of numbers long down the line. They're more lateral and behind the football, trying to say get a bit of representation. This is a nice moment. The man that kicked the first goal to start the day for West Coast.
Crowd rise with Gordon Dersman having the foot in his hands, and he's calling for the crowd to get louder.
We'll say perhaps 308 days.
14-game losing streak, second longest in club history. A one-win season last year. They can equal that mark in round 2 of 2026. They send the ball forward. Flynn is after it. Harley Reid will send it. It's an early win. It's a rare win. It's a drought-breaking win. And a moment to savour for West Coast.
You feel for Andrew Napolita and the coaching staff. They came here with a plan and to experience that winning feeling. Certainly for a lot of them for the first time.
There's going to be a lot of people in the Gatorade chair after this, Geordie.
Might be more in than there are on the outside.
Oh, it's a fantastic result. 308 days. You see all the glimpses of the youngsters having moments.
So there, Griffalo, he played no part in the game through injury. So I dealt the blow really early on. After a slow start, West Coast really controlled the game after quarter time. We saw some special moments from their youngsters, especially up forward.
Such a big swing in this contest. North looks like they were going to be runaway winners, 30 points up in that first quarter. And the game turned on its head, and the Eagles hang on to win by 17. Jubilant scenes downstairs as we get to Cufflock.
Got two of the Eagles' favourites, their young guns alongside me, Harley Reid and Willem Dersma. Firstly to you, Harley, first club win since round 10 last year. How good's that winning feeling?
Yeah, it's bloody awesome. You miss it, no doubt about it, but I'm just super grateful that we played to our system and got the job done tonight.
What changed after quarter time?
Yeah, I think we were a bit fumbly early on. We went back to our strengths and what we bring as a team, and we showed that in the last 3 quarters, and the energy was high.
Didn't the young draft picks show what they can do? How impressed were you by the man alongside you and also Cooper too?
Yeah, no, it's amazing to go out there, and obviously it's his first win tonight. He was actually playing a bit of AFL 26 before we got here on the PlayStation. He had himself 2 or more, so I think he was pretty happy.
So you're still living together, yes?
Yeah.
Did you give him any words of advice ahead of his first home game today?
No, I didn't. I just said embrace the crowd, mate, and he did that tonight. And as you see, we've got such a strong base over here, and we really appreciate all their support. And they get amongst it when we kick goals, so we couldn't do it without them.
Exactly what Harley's saying. Is this when it's sunk into you, Willem, that you're at a powerhouse club like West Coast? This crowd, it was so loud.
Yeah, it was electric. You heard it all game, especially when we kick goals. Like, the energy's just unmatched. I spent so many years in the crowd, but to be out on the ground and hear it, it's unreal. It's next level.
Talk to us about your first AFL goal. The first goal of the game, was it as exhilarating as you thought it would be, as you dreamt of as a young boy?
Yeah, I think most of the goals I kicked last year, and last couple of years been outside 50, so I felt like it was just as it was. So, I was very nervous when I was having a shot. The ball was going to shake in my hands, but it was good fun.
And what about a win over your brother as well?
Yeah, definitely got the bragging rights at Christmas so far, so I'm very happy with that. But he had a good game, and I'm super proud of him as well.
Tell us about what it's like to live with Harley as well. Does he enjoy the friendly fire around the house as much as he does on field?
No, he's actually really good. He's very tidy, very neat. He's a good role model for me. So as much as you probably wouldn't think it, he is very good. And I think looking after Wally the puppy has been really fun as well. So he's looking after 2 kids.
We love how you're always in it and around it, Harley, but what about on the stroke at 3/4 time when you got that one from Charlie? Did that come out of the blue or?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I was a bit frustrated at that point, by the way. I was just trying to get over Yowie after he kicked an amazing goal, and just caught one straight to the chin. So, it's good. It's good being on the other end of it.
Why were you frustrated?
Was I? No, I wasn't frustrated. I just thought, dog eat dog out there. He went for his head, so a bit dog, but well, we move on.
How will you enjoy this one with your housemates tonight?
Yeah, we'll just relax. Good thought. We'll just chillax.
Go and soak this up, Will, and congratulations. Thanks, Harley. Time to head back to Bounce Studios. It's over to you, Chief Jason Dudson.
Thank you, Kath. A big.
All right, there we go, folks. The Eagles did it. What was it, 305 days or something? Well done, West Coast Eagles. 17-9-1-1-1, defeating North Melbourne 15-4. 94, margin 17 points. Tell you what, North Melbourne looked like they were starting to press Addy G in that final quarter. They got back to within about 11 points, but they definitely they showed plenty of fight, plenty of grit, did the West Coast Eagles. Tim Preston, there you go. Woohoo! The West Coast Eagles, good to see them back on track. They showed a few signs last season, I must say, the West Coast Eagles, but couldn't quite manage to get the job done. Still a few things to learn there, but, all in all, that's a good platform for them to continue the rest of the season. I'm sure they're going to have another win or two up their sleeve somewhere down the road. I'm not sure who they're playing next week. Oh, they play Port Adelaide. West Coast Eagles play Port Adelaide next Sunday at Adelaide Oval, so that'll be interesting. And of course, North Melbourne will play Essendon next Saturday night at Marvel Stadium. So you would think that'll be an interesting match there, and we'll certainly see how the Eagles go It was a good effort, yeah, good effort North. I tell you what, they'd still be pretty disappointed, especially after that opening term, putting on 7 goals, 1, and then it was just all the West Coast Eagles after that, after quarter time. So definitely fantastic to see the West Coast Eagles back, one of the powerhouses of the competition, especially over there in Western Australia. We know Freo's a big side, but I think West Coast is still probably the number 1 team over there in Perth, Eddie G's. That would have to be right, wouldn't it? That would have to be right. I would think. Hey, let's just have a quick peekaboo, folks, at the goal scorers in the game. See what ended up happening. There we go. Nick Larkey for North Melbourne ended up topping the table with 6 goals, 1. Fantastic performance. He tried to do it all. Cameron Zerha got 2. Paul Curtis got 2. And singles to Tom Powell, O'Sullivan, McDonald, Constantly, I think that's how you say it. Doveston got 1, and of course for the West Coast Eagles, Jamie Cripps got 3 goals and 2 goals each to Elliot Yeo, Shanahan, Reid, Murdoch, Dersma, Duff, Titler. There we go. There's a few to kick too there. And of course, Jake, the mullet man, Waterman, he bobbed up with a single with Matty Flynn. So there's a few goal scorers out there on the ground. Leading possession getter out on the ground today, Harry Sneasel. I tell you what, he certainly was a fair way ahead of the pack. 40 disposals he got, 22 kicks, 18 handballs, 3 marks, 4 tackles, 8 clearances. Fantastic game from him. 8 clear of Uganagi on 32. The best for the West Coast Eagles, Harley Reid, ended up with 30 touches, 15 kicks, 15 handballs, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 3 clearances, 2 behinds. I tell you what, he does work hard, and he's pretty good when he puts his mind to the football job. Devon Robinson there with 26 there for the Eagles. On 25 was North Melbourne, Tristan Xera, Caleb Daniel, both on 25. Jack Graham, 23 there for the Eagles. Tim Kelly on 20. Elliot Yeo, 19 touches, 2 goals, so he was pretty good, as was Liam Baker. He just looked like he rolled his ankle a little bit there. Hopefully all's okay there with Liam Baker, one of the North Melbourne. Sort of fell on his ankle and he went over, so but he did hobble off 3/4 of the way through that 3rd quarter, so hopefully he will be all right, because he's definitely a big part of the West Coast Eagles side. There we go. Who else have we got there for everyone? Jake Waterman, just 1 goal, 3, hit the post, so he nearly got more goals than behinds. 1 goal, 3 from 14 touches, 11 kicks, 3 handballs for him, so he did pretty good. Luke McDonald, 12 disposals, as did Paul Curtis there for North Melbourne. Hey Ryan, what's going on, Squire? What's going on? Paul, what's happening? What's happening? Are you in one of the bars there that you can watch the AFL, the footy on over there in Hua Hin? I'm pretty sure there's something now. I don't know whether Johnny put a video out on Sports Bar in Hua Hin now, where you can watch all the sports and that, which would be pretty good. Especially if you like the AFL or rugby, you can watch all that. There we go. All right, I'm not sure why that is. My gosh, zooming in and out. Just looking at the disposal cam, pretty even. Only 12 the difference. North Melbourne 12 up on the disposals. Inside 50s, Eagles got on top there by 11. It was 59 inside 50s for 23 scoring shots. North Melbourne inside forward 50, 48 times for 17 scoring shots. There we go. So as you can see, West Coast Eagles, their season average so far was 39 inside 50. So absolutely crunching that with 59. Free kicks, pretty even there, 24-25, +1 to North Melbourne. The hitouts, North Melbourne dominated there, +28 in the hitouts. The clearances, look, there wasn't much in it. There was +3 in the centre clearances to North Melbourne, 14-17, and +6 in the stoppages, 23-29 North Melbourne's way there. Contested possession, it was only 19 the difference, and of course uncontested, 19 the difference also. Plus to the Eagles contested, plus to the Roos for contested. Marks 67 apiece when that loads back up. Marks inside 50, both teams had their opportunity, 9-11, which was good. Just looking at the tackle count, that's what we like to see. We like to see high tackle counts, both teams putting pressure on, and good to see also tackles inside 50. 67-68 and 12-10 respectively, on the inside 50 tackle count. So that was absolutely fantastic. Just having a look at next week's games. That concludes round 2, but it all kicks off again Thursday night, Geelong and Adelaide at GMHBA Stadium, 7:30 p.m. Melbourne time. That's going to be a ring-a-ding-ding game. Who's going to win that? I don't know. And of course, Friday night football, we've got another big match. Collingwood taking on the GWS Giants at Marvel Stadium. Geez, they don't often play at Marvel Stadium, the Magpies, but that's where they're playing. That's where they're playing. We expect another big game from the Maggies there after the Giants. They came into a small defeat from St Kilda. And of course, next Saturday, we've got St Kilda taking on the Brisbane Lions. Following them, Fremantle and the Dock and Richmond. That's going to be a fascinating game. That's going to be a game, if I'm home, I'll probably cover that game. The Freo-Richmond, really interesting game, that one. The Freo played pretty good football yesterday, and Richmond, they're up and about. Essendon, North Melbourne is the last game on Saturday evening, and of course Sunday, 2 more games. Port Adelaide taking on West Coast at Adelaide Oval, and Carlton taking on Melbourne in the MCG. Of course, next round 3, the Gold Coast Suns, the Western Bulldogs, Hawthorn and Sydney will all have a bye. There we go. Let me just double check. West Coast. There we go. Let's just bring this across, folks. This is the ladder now. This is the ladder, of course, after round 2. I know it's strange, isn't it? Round 2, yet some teams have played 3. That's because of opening round. But there we go. As it stands, your top 6, Gold Coast. The Gold Coast Suns sit on top, played 3, won 3. Western Bulldogs played 3, won 3. Both sitting on 12 points. Next on the ladder, sitting third is the Sydney Swans. They've played 3, won 2. Hawthorn in the same boat there. 2 wins from their 3. Freo in 5th position. They're in the top 6. They've only played 2 games. So they've got a game in hand from all the teams above them. So that's good. North Melbourne, surprisingly, they are in the top 6. And you know what? That is just with 1 win. They've played 2 games. They've got a game in hand as well. 1-1, lost 1. Port Adelaide, Collingwood sitting 9th. St Kilda, that rounds out your top 6, your top 10. And of course, down below that, Melbourne, West Coast Eagle with that win. Finally, after playing 2, they got 1 win and a loss. The Giants down there in 13. Geelong, well, you wouldn't think Geelong would be down there in 14th. Carlton, Brisbane, played 2, lost 2 with a really bad percentage. Holy moly. It's going to have to be another big season for Brisbane to come back. There we go. Down in 16th. So that is the ladder after the second round. But that is game, set, match, folks. Fantastic effort from the West Coast Eagles. You've got to be pretty happy if you're a Coasters supporter. As I said, it's going to be a tough match next week. Coming up against Port Adelaide over there in Adelaide. But it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good test. And, we'll see if they continue to put, travel across Adelaide with their good form that they held on with to today, and that fight and grit they showed, and that camaraderie. They certainly played well. Certainly played like a team today, which is what good teams do. No matter how good the players are in it, you got to play as a team, and they certainly did that. They just left North Melbourne chasing their tails, especially after quarter time, where the Eagles took over. Of course, the Eagles in that final term put on 2 goals, 2. North Melbourne put on 4 goals, 3. So they had their chance, but when the chips were down, the Eagles, and it was getting close and a little bit dangerous, the Eagles stepped up with those couple of goals. So that was fantastic. There we go. Ciao for now, Ryan. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. We'll see you next time. Hey, that's about all I've got for this one, folks. So thanks all for coming on in. I hope you enjoyed this week's round of football action. As I said, just repeating the winners from round 2. Hawthorn defeated Sydney 99-82. Western Bulldogs, they had a victory over Adelaide by 6 points, 94-88. Of course, the Gold Coast Suns had a big win, 128 over the Richmond Tigers, 60. And I'll tell you what, the other good game that happened was St Kilda beating the GWS Giants, 78 points to 74. And of course, Freo, 118. Fantastic over Melbourne, defeating them 70, 48 points the margin there. And of course, Port Adelaide, big winners over Essendon, today, 133 to 70. And of course, rounding out round 2 was the West Coast Eagles, North Melbourne, where the Eagles took out this game by 17 points. All right, folks, hey, thanks everyone for coming on in. Of course, the live poll we had in the chat throughout the coverage, 60% went for the West Coast Eagles. Well done, everyone who picked them. And of course, well done, Daddy G, getting your multi up, 7 from 7. Go and collect that 250, take a day off, ring in, call the boss, say you're sick. Also, you got things to do. You got to go and call Armaguard to collect all your winnings. Good stuff. All right, folks, hey, that's all I got for this one. We'll catch you on the next game. Could quite possibly next Thursday night, where all the football action starts off again for round 3. All right, folks. Hey, thanks all for tuning in. And until next time, this is me, Mike, signing out. Ciao for now. We'll see you at the next game.